I was always intrigued by photography as a medium because I think it's just magic. I remember when I was small that my father would always carry a camera, and sometimes he would let me make a picture, but it was something which was very precious. I could only make one picture and not many, you know, so it was always something I had to do very careful. I had to be careful with the camera. The camera as a machine was already something which was almost sacred because it was handled in such a gentle and careful way. I always loved flipping through our family albums and looking at pictures from my parents and myself and my brothers when we were younger. And I was always drifting away, dreaming. When I started doing photography myself, going into the dark room and seeing this picture coming, and then also developing the films, and it always had this magical feeling. So I think I had the most beautiful and amazing job there is in making pictures, which you could say making pictures doesn't serve any purpose at all, and then at the same time they are so important to communicate at the same time. So I think that this in itself is just so this is so contradictory that it's so beautiful. So the exhibition here is about all of my fashion photography from the last 17 years. I've been working as a fashion photographer since I graduated from art school, but not really calling myself a fashion photographer, but I was always drawn to fashion, but also was suspicious about it at the same time. So I always had this kind of love-hate relationship with fashion. I studied fashion for 2 years before I decided I wanted to be a photographer instead. And then I went on doing photography in the School of Art and then Fine Arts as well. I've always been combining those two worlds, so to say, of my personal work and my fashion photography. The personal work is not shown here. It mainly deals with Africa, but the fashion work is shown here in this exhibition. I don't really have one important picture. I think it's especially in the quantity of all the images together and how they resonate together, which makes it interesting, because just one fashion picture doesn't speak to me at all. When I started thinking about the way I wanted to show my fashion work, I was really in doubt, because I think showing fashion photographs in the context of a museum is often problematic. And this show was first made for a museum show in Amsterdam at Huis Marseille. I want to show this quantity of work, but I also didn't want it to be static. I didn't want it to be just pictures on a wall, all framed and trying to be art while it's not art, it's fashion, which is perfectly fine in its own right, but it's still not art. And then I decided that I wanted to do a beamer projection and make an installation and show a lot of images. And the good thing, I think, is that it also has this kind of swiftness and this kind of disposable quality, which is so common in fashion. I'm super happy that they invited me, and there's so much going on. It's amazing. It's very, very inspiring.